Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and this episode is about solo stoves. Solo stoves are wood-burning stoves. This here is a solo stove. They are a stainless steel stove designed to have wood fed through the top, and they burn exceedingly well. Now let me contrast those to just regular wood-burning stoves. This is part of an Emberlit, which is a standard kind of pieced together backcountry or camping wood stove. It actually has a base plate and some supports or cross beams on the top. But you can see what it's like. It's just basically a tube. This is a Vargo. It's a titanium one. This one basically has a little bit of focus with the conical structure. Super lightweight, comes apart. It's all in one piece. Folds flat, which is pretty incredible. Really neat stove, but you don't get any or very little additional benefit from the particular stove compared to a solo stove. A solo stove has a few features. First, solid stainless steel. It's high quality. This uses kind of a gasification model where air can come in through the bottom here, because basically it's a can within a can, or more like this way, and the fire is in this part. There is a grill at the bottom. There are holes around the top and holes on the outside. So there is airspace inside the, in between the two cans. And then the only, the air comes in here, is superheated because there's a fire going on that's heated the inside here. And so it heats the air, and then the air comes in and flows in, but it also can get in down below. Underneath the grill, there's also a rim of air, so you get this superheated air coming in from the bottom, sucked in, and then it pours in through the top. But it pulls actually pulls the hot gases out from underneath, and then fires them in here and reburns them. So you get these jets of heat or of flame coming in. They're pretty dirty, as you can tell. But they're amazingly efficient, and if you keep the fire combustible material below this level, they actually then produce almost no smoke. If it comes above this level, then the gasification can't work, which means then, in fact, smoke comes out like a regular fire. Now, this particular one has a cap. Actually, all of the stoves do. This one's a little large. You can see as I set a coffee pot on, it almost falls over. So I'd probably need a plate or something to set that on to make sure I didn't tip it over while I was cooking. I'll show you the ins and outs of a smaller one, but excellent design, execution. They're a little pricey and a little heavy, but they are amazingly effective. This is their largest of their stoves, and then they go to kind of their fire pits. This is the smallest, so there's one actually in between these two. I think this might be the campfire, then there's the light, which is this one, and one in between might be the Ranger or something like that. I'll look it up. But anyway, this is their smallest one. I love these things. Absolutely love them. And here's why. When you're using one, unlike a regular camp stove, you just feed sticks in there. Just toss them in, little bits of wood, etc. Throw your pot on. It can boil or not, or you can walk away and it'll just, go out. And then you just start it up again, and you don't have to worry about wasting fuel as long as you're in an area that has actual, burnable wood, which is a lot of places, even small things, although I've tried it with mountain goat dung in the high elevations and it doesn't work very well. But anyway, so you have an endless supply. This is actually one of my outfits I use quite often, carry with me, and I've actually gone out just with this on long trips. And just love it. It's kind of, you can tend it. It gives you something to do. So what I've got, I have this old Colgan or Coghlan saw, piece of junk, about $10 in the hardware store, but it's perfect for processing the size wood you need for a stove this small. Then what I have is, this is a Snow Peak titanium cup. I think this is 600 milliliters, something like that. I've got an MSR titanium lid, so this is my cooking pot, and as you can see, it's all black, which is why you keep them inside stuff sacks. And then this is the stove, and you can see heavily used, been everywhere. So I've got the stove, here's the top part, and then here's my fire kit that I carry inside it. So what I've got, a couple of lighters, a striker, and then some fire tinder here of several different types, plus some other matches. Lately, when I'm out, I often have hand sanitizer, which is a great fire starter. If you've never used it, go ahead and give that a shot. But anyway, this little guy goes all over. It takes me just a few minutes to get it started. Boils water in 10 minutes or less in this cup. And then I'm done, just dump it out, throw it back in here, pick up my pieces and go on. And that's the full extent of it. Sometimes if I'm going up high, I'll actually break off some sticks and toss them in my pack and carry those with me, and that's my fuel. In other places I've been up high and I've used where animals or natural water, like in runoff, has kind of concentrated small pieces of wood, and I just scoop those up and toss them in. And boils water. It's harder to cook over it. You have to maintain it, which would mean you'd constantly be tossing sticks into it. But it's really good. Now, Solo Stove also makes very large ones. They have one that's called the Bonfire, and that's the one I have. It's about 20 inches, 19.5 inches in diameter. It's quite large. It's out in the back. It's nice to sit around. You can easily incinerate things and burn plenty of wood. It's not very hot to be around unless you're right over the top. It concentrates the heat right here. It's very cool or not hot around this far away from it. Imagine this is a giant one. They make an even bigger one called the Yukon. They look really neat, but not really the best thing if you want to hang out and stay warm. It's not like a campfire that radiates a nice radius of heat. This is pretty much all straight up. But super efficient, super nice. When you're done, just dump it all out. This one, wherever the dirty one went, you know, I sometimes wash it off in water. I'm surprised it hasn't rusted. It's been dropped. It's been carried all over the place. Super fun to use. Kids love it. If you're out and you want to give them something to do, that's a great tool. But anyway, I thought I'd bring the Solo stoves to your attention. They are pricey. There are a lot of knockoffs. I haven't used any of the knockoffs, but this gasification system is what makes it so efficient. Better than the standard wood-burning boxes, better than the conical titanium wood-burning stoves. But if it's something that you'd like to experiment with, the smallest one, the least expensive one, works great. You can easily cook your food, your coffee, whatever it is, on it, no problem. You just have to keep feeding it. They're pretty hungry. You can't walk away for more than a couple of minutes or it'll burn up all its food. But anyway, thought I'd show you those, and with that, Doc out.